The Egyptians wanted the Israelites to leave quickly because the Egyptians were afraid they would all die. God told the Israelites to ask the Egyptians for gold and silver. The Egyptians gave the Israelites whatever they asked for. When the Israelites left Egypt, Moses got the bones of Joseph and took them with him to bury in the land of Canaan. Joseph had made them promise to do this as he believed that someday they would return to the land which God had promised them, even though almost 400 years had passed since Joseph had died. 2.5 million Israelites began their journey to the land that God had promised to Abraham. God protected and guided the people. God made a cloud to lead them by day and by night. He led them by fire like a pillar standing in the air. After following the cloud for some days, the Israelites came to the Red Sea where they camped. They could not go any further because of the sea. After Pharaoh let the Israelites go, he changed his mind and was sorry that he had let them go. So he gathered his soldiers and they pursued the Israelites, many of them riding horses and chariots. They found them camped by the Red Sea. The Israelites thought they would all be killed because they could not escape. They were very afraid. There was nothing they could do to save themselves. Then God caused the sea to part and made a dry path to the other side. The Israelites went to the other side of the Red Sea on dry ground. The Egyptians followed after the Israelites, but God caused the waters to return and drown the Egyptians. God punished the Egyptians with death because they did not worship God. The Israelites were safe on the other side of the Red Sea because of God's great power. God told the Israelites that if they obeyed Him, He would not punish them with disease like He had punished the Egyptians. The Israelites continued their journey through the desert to the places God told them to go. In the desert, no food would grow, and there was very little water to drink. When the people became hungry and thirsty, they complained to Moses. If God would not provide them food and water, they would all die. Many of them were afraid and complained, but God gave them food and water, and they lived because God is merciful. Every day God caused manna to appear on the ground. Manna was like bread. Because of His grace, God always provides for men what He does not deserve. One day when they had no water, God told Moses to take his walking stick and strike a certain rock. When Moses struck that rock, water flowed out of the rock and the people were able to drink. The story of the defeat of Pharaoh by the powerful God of the Israelites was told throughout the land. The God of the Israelites was more powerful than all the gods of Egypt.